So I'm just sitting here thinking about life, thinking about all sorts of big things that I have going on, that I have coming up. And I'm not that stressed out. I should be. I feel like I should be losing my marbles right now, but I'm not. I'll tell you why. I don't know why. Something has told me it's going to be fine. I know it's going to be fine. I know it's going to be fine because it's always fine. Even if it's stressful. Even if it's hard. Even if I want to scream. It's always fine. The only time it's not fine is if I give up. I refuse to give up. The reason I refuse to give up, the main reason I refuse to give up, is because my mom did. My mom gave up. And I won't do that to my kids. I've got two. One is in their early 20s. Not a fan of mine right now. And that's okay. They don't have to be. One is very young, still in middle school. And that child is, he's watching. He's watching to see what I do. He's watching to see how I react. He's watching to see if I'm going to lose it. I'm not going to lose it. Because I have a 100% success rate so far. And that's a big deal. Because I suffer depression. Like a lot of people do. I suffer depression. I was diagnosed about maybe 20 years ago with major depressive disorder. And that's embarrassing, sure. But it's also not, because that is a medical condition that I cannot help. And I fight every day. Most of the times it's not a fight, if I'm honest, because I just know I can't give up. Because if I give up, I'm going to do to my kids what was done to me and my siblings. We've lived our entire lives sad, broken, destroyed. We didn't know that she gave up. We knew that she was depressed, sort of, but we were young. So we never really put two and two together, and our family chose not to tell us. They chose to tell us there were other medical conditions involved. And that's okay. I forgive them for that, because they thought they were protecting us. They weren't. And I'll tell you why they weren't protecting us. By the time my mom took her life, she was in her mid-40s. By the time I realized that I was having depression, severe depression, I was in my 30s. Once we figured out that depression was hitting us in our 30s, after suffering for years, decades with depression, we caught it in our children younger. So our children got help before it got to the point that they thought they had to hide it, before it got to the point that society judged them, before someone told them that they shouldn't be weak. Mental illness is not weakness. It's illness. Just like having a bad heart, just like having a bad knee. You have a bum knee, you don't get ashamed of having a bum knee. You go to the doctor and you get it fixed. And so my mom lost her life in her mid-40s. She never got to meet her grandchildren. She never got to see any of her children get married. She died sad and miserable, and I can't imagine what that must have been like for her, because I had the benefit of doctors. I had the benefit of medication. I had the benefit of going, hey, wait a minute. There's something wrong here, and I need to figure it out. And then when it happened to my kids, when I saw their anxiety slip in, because make no mistake, yes, of course it can happen because of trauma, but it is a genetic condition, depression. And I sit here in my bed about to go to sleep. Makeup gone, sort of half on my face. My eyebrows all screwy. My hair complete wreck. So what? Tomorrow I'll take a shower and I'll look fantastic. Of course, I'm putting this all out there for you, or for me, or for all of us. Because depression, you're not alone in depression. You're not alone in anxiety. You're not alone. Even if people don't want to admit it, even if your parents or your family members get frustrated, even when it feels like it's too much and that you are too much, you're not. You're never too much. You're never too much, and I'll tell you what, if you choose to leave this world, "30 years later, your children will be crying." Don't let your children cry 30 years. Don't let them live their life thinking, what would my mom have said, or my dad have said, or my auntie, or my sister, or my brother. Don't make them wonder what you would have said. Stick around. We're all worth it. So stick around. I don't know if this will help a single person, but I sure hope that it does. Stick around. It really does get better. It really gets better. And if you can't do it for you, then you just remember that no matter how big of a shitbag you think that you are, no matter how desperate you feel, you're not alone. You are loved. You will be missed. So stick around. Thanks.